Hello, lucky.
Yes,
Lucky.
we've got the guest of honour with us today.
17 years old.
Yes, another year, and it'll be the big 1-8.
18.
Yes. So yes, I thought I'd bring the guest of honour.
Me, look you.
Yes, we've got two watching. Come in and say hello to Callum and Bloody Ads.
What does bloody ads mean?
So yes, because I've sort of put it's Callum's birthday, I thought I'd get him on as the guest of honour. So he's not stopping long. He says, "I'll come down for 10 minutes." So yes, he said, "I'll come down for 10 minutes." And
anybody want to give me birthday wishes in the chat? Feel free to do so.
Yes, we've got no, but oh, it says 3 watching now.
Hello to the person watching behind the background.
Yes, so he's had his birthday cake. He's blown the candles out. There is a
video on Facebook.
Yes, there is a video on Facebook. So yeah, if you want to come in and say hello and wish him happy birthday,
feel free.
This one's lagging a bit behind. So yes, he's going. We've given him money. He's going into town tomorrow because he wants a game for his Xbox
and probably another thing.
And he's had some money off his aunties, so he'll be. Well, I don't know what he'll be spending it on, but anyway,
something.
So I made him flapjacks, and guess what?
What?
They're nearly all gone, aren't they, Callum?
No, somebody's had some of it, and I've only got 2 left.
Somebody couldn't wait to dip into them.
Xbox stuff.
It wasn't me. You see, before Callum went upstairs this afternoon, I said, "Are you going to have one of your flapjacks?" He said, "No, I'll save it for later on." So Chris says, "I'm not waiting. Hiya, Ian. How are you?" Yes,
it's Lurkio's birthday today. 17.
Yes, he's 17 today. So I've got the guest of honour here today. No hard liquor. It might be a different story next year because we're planning on having a big party for him.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you.
So yes, no liquor for. He's not old enough till next year.
I'm not 18 yet. Gotta wait till the year for that.
So yes, me and Chris were discussing today. We're on about hiring a room for him, having a disco. Better looking than Pixie Callum.
You're right, that is very true.
It needs his hair cutting though. Don't usually have it this long. It's ready for cutting. So yeah. So same as I say, I made because he'd said, "Can you make some chocolate chip flapjacks?" So I made them, and I made his birthday cake. I finished that off today, like decorating it and everything. He says, "At least Callum's got hair and like that, Chris." and he's got the fuzz on his chin as well. Look, on it, growing a little goatee on his chin. So yeah, so we're sort of forward planning a year ahead. So we've decided we're gonna, have a look round for rooms and obviously have a disco and so we can invite some of his friends, because we were sort of toying with the idea of going for a meal or having a party.
Have some like 80s or 90s Oh, 2002.
So anyway,
like a mixed disco.
So same as I says, I mean, his pals from college and everything, you can't really hear Callum when you have your headphones on, so your mum don't get copyright strike.
Again.
So yeah, and same as I says, if we go out for a meal, it's probably going to be only be family. I says so.
Well, how about like like those family ones where it's like round the table and you put like food on it like that. Family,
like TGI Friday?
No, not TGI Friday. No, like the ones that we've been to. Like when there's like food around the table and like cakes and.
Oh, you mean a buffet?
Snacks. Yeah, buffet like that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm on about.
Yeah.
If we hire a room,
Yeah.
do a buffet, and then all you've got to do is hire a disco and
invite friends.
Whereas when we go if we go for a meal, you know, you're talking about a lot of people. So when you go for a meal, you tend to only have family there, don't you? If you know what I mean. So yeah, we're sort of forward planning a year ahead.
We'll have a free DJ.
My own personal DJ.
Oh, pardon me.
Free food because Callum will be able to do it all by himself.
He says, I don't know any decent DJs, Mrs. P. Hint, hint. We'll come pick you up. We'll come all the way to pick you up. Plenty of places to stay in Sheffield.
I hope Callum will be driving then, so I'll let Callum drive.
No, I'm getting drunk next year.
Well, you'll be able to get drunk at your party. Don't expect us, you know.
What?
You stay where you fall. So, and yes, for everybody's information, we say if we've not come across any flooding, there is a lot of flooding in Sheffield, but not where we are.
No, we're on the hill.
One pipe wonder. So yeah, we've had messages like people contacting us saying, "Are you safe? Are you, or you know, are you being evacuated?" Blah blah blah. I just thought I'd let everybody know we're safe. You know.
Never had anything.
Well, I've got some news, Jeanette. I finally made one of them things I said I was doing. You'll have to private message me.
Whatever that's all about.
It might be the wrong thing that I'm thinking of.
Oh.
If you can remember.
No.
No, I've been to bed since then, Ian. You'll have to message me on Messenger. Are you safe from Mr. P's cooking? Yes. So, as I say, we've given money. I think it's 3 for 20 you want in it. So he's going into town tomorrow to get that. Plus, as I say, his auntie's give him some money. So yeah, you'll have to message me in.
Basically. Oh, that were you, were it?
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of buzzing noises in this house then.
Well, no, I mean there'll be a lot of happy punters in Runcorn and the surrounding areas. Oh, okie dokie then, Ian.
I'm going back upstairs.
Oh, 9 minutes. You said 10 minutes, Callum.
Not another minute yet.
No, you can go upstairs if you want. I'll pass on everybody's because we've only got 5 in at the moment, so I'll pass on everybody's birthday wishes to you. So yes, is itching to get back upstairs. So what? Oh dear. So yes, he's itching to get back upstairs. He's same as I say, he's going into town tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me after.
Yeah. So yeah, I forgot all about that, Ian. Yeah. So you managed to get some then. Yeah. I mean, he's not. Oh, that'd be cool. How many jobs did he say?
Six, I think.
He's applied for 6 jobs today. He should have been going for an interview this morning, but yeah, but we sort of weighed things up, and we think it were a bit dodgy. Because when you ring them, you don't get a person. It goes automatically through to a voicemail. You can't actually speak to a person. And I same as I said to Chris, how many people do you know that want people to go for an interview at 6 o'clock in the morning? So we sort of said, well, not that it's not kosher, but it don't sound too clever. If you can't actually speak to a person and they're wanting you to meet them at 6 o'clock in the morning for an interview. So basically we sort of persuaded him not to go. And I says, well, they could just be wanting you to do 2 hours, yeah, same as Mr. P says, a bit iffy. So
Mr. P. Oh, there's only one Mr. P, I know.
But same as we've said, it's better off sort of dealing with reputable companies, even though they were. What is it? Indeed, that it went on.
Yeah.
Even though they were advertising on Indeed, we'd never heard of this company. So, same as we said, at least when you're ringing it were a mobile number as well, not a landline or anything. So it might be one of these tin pot, jobs, if you know what I mean. So we sort of persuaded him, we don't think you ought to go, Callum. So same as we've said, he sent 2 applications off a couple of days ago. He sent about 6 off today. So yeah, we thought it were a bit iffy. So same as we've said, just go with somebody, at least if you can talk to a person. Yeah, it were a mobile number, but you don't actually get to talk to a person. It's always an answer phone. So it's sort of in so many words, it sort of didn't add up in a way. So yeah. So we've had a month's worth of rain in one day yesterday. Got up this morning, it was lovely and sunny, and then guess what? It started raining again. And then it's sort of rather notifications come up on my phone that we're going to get some of the white stuff now. So we're going to get snow as well. So happy days.
I saw the
It's as iffy. Not quite kosher. Just a drizzle. What? It's just a drizzle now. It's making way for that snow.
Ow.
So yeah. It means yeah. Well, it has been Karate Joe. Like all day. It started the early hours of Thursday morning, and it rained all day yesterday through till last night. It was still raining when we went to bed. Gets up this morning, it was glorious sunshine, but it didn't last very long because it started raining again. Oh, you've been out on your board, have you?
Yeah, we have surfboard.
Because I says to Chris yesterday, I says, well, any more rain? I says, if you want to go to Asda, you're going to have to get canoe out. But like on the way down to Asda, there's a few of the roads down that way that have flooded. So he like had to go all round Asda's just to get to Asda because some of the roads on the way down to Asda were closed off. And it seems like it's you see, we all right because we like on a bit of an hill, so we all right. But the further you get down the road, you know, it's more downhill. So one of the roads, like what Chris goes through to get to Asda, that were all cordoned off and all shut off. So yeah, we've had it really bad. I baked Reese's peanut butter biscuits, as you call them. Hey, look who's in.
Uh-oh. Everybody swim for your life.
Went round arses to get to Asda. So yeah, you know, we just lucky enough to live sort of on an hill, so you know, we've been spared the flooding and whatever. Like Barnsley and Rotherham and whatever, they've all had flooding, and so lots of it went into an amber weather warning, and some at you know, people were having to be rescued and evacuated. And has it been your way, Wakey? Because there's been quite a bit of flooding here in Sheffield. Oh,
900.
So you know, I'm not looking for any sympathy, but I burnt myself twice yesterday while I was cooking Callum's birthday cake. So I've got a big blister on my thumb, look. So that's that. And then I've got a blister on my hand where I caught myself on shelf on oven. So I've got two war wounds, look. One there, and then that one on my thumb's biggest. So yeah. Same as Chris says, he says you and Thomas both need to come with an health warning.
I'm going to type it one.
He says you and Thomas both need to come with an health warning. We see the one on my hand. What I do is when I bake anything, so it's easier. The one on your thumb looks like Chris's head. What I do is I've got two shelves in my oven. So when I bake, like I baked him a chocolate sponge, like a chocolate Victoria sponge, and there's not enough room on one shelf for both cakes. So I'll put one on the top and one on the middle one. So what I do is when the top one's baked, I pull the shelf out for ease of getting it out the oven, and then I move the one off the bottom onto the top shelf. Well, I forgot I'd pulled the shelf out, went to reach for the one on the bottom, and that's how I did that one on my hand. Hey, we've got Gordy in.
Hold on, Gordon.
Mate, Idiot Highways Agency blocked part of one lane on the Denbydale Road because there was 5 inches of standing water. Caused chaos on the way to Asda. So yeah, I mean, it's same as I say, there's only It's more like over like Hillsborough Way and places like that where Joy lives and whatever. That sort of had the brunt of the flooding. But some as I say, the road where Chris goes down to our Asda, that was cordoned off. So yeah, so that's how I did that, because I forgot to push shelf back in. And then I put the oh pardon me, the flapjack mixture obviously in oven. Like a fart, I should have got the oven gloves, but I didn't. I just got a tea towel. So that's how I did that one on the thumb. Obviously, it rotted than where I thought it were.
Obviously.
Yeah. So I've got a big blister on my thumb, look, Wakey. And I've got a blister on my hand as well. So I says to Callum, I says, things I do for you. Because I made his cake and everything yesterday, and I did him some. It asked me to do some like chocolate chip flapjacks. So it were actually the chocolate chip flapjacks that burnt my thumb. So I did both, and funnily enough, they're all gone, near enough. So it could have been worse, Jeanette. It could have been my thumb. And if you look, if Ian's still here, if you look in the description, Wakey as well. Just click on the description. So yeah, so just click on the description, Ian, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And Wakey as well, because this was meant to be on Wednesdays, but obviously we had technical difficulties. And guess who sorted it out all by themselves without any interference from anybody?
That's only because somebody told you how to do it.
I know. I still don't know what I did. So how can he tell me what to do if I don't know what I did? Anyway, I sorted it. He says, "Oh, thanks for oozing." Well, if you don't know by now, but yeah, I mean, this was sort of meant to be in Wednesdays, but you know, obviously I had technical difficulties and I had to delete everything. And what links to? But yeah, you're there anyway, Wakey. So, and we've got Thomas in there as well. But that's White Rowers, and we've got Random Life Productions. So, the same as I said to Chris the other day, it's not a lot, but it's my way of showing people appreciation back. You know, if I just drop you links, and if somebody clicks on them links and, oh, I like look at that, and you get extra supporters, then, you know, it's just my way of showing appreciation that for people that, you know, are always here for me. Wake is always here, Ian's always here. You know, in the first one that I did Pixie and Eagle VP and Bella, who's Beauty on a Budget, and that who I did now. I've been to bed since then. I'm hoping my off-white video might generate some views and support, then we can all well, you see, this is why I'm doing it, Ian. You know, if I can, same as I said to Chris, you know, it's my way of showing support back to people. Yeah, a lot of people don't normally read the descriptions, but if I tell people that, you know, there's links there to channels that I support, they might just go and have a look. Yeah, he's on what is it, Agadir in
Agadir.
Morocco. He went on Tuesday. So yeah, Keith's in Agadir. Right on Facebook, he's posted some. I think he's posted some pictures on Facebook. I'm not sure. I think so. I'm not sure. I have seen some photographs, but yeah. So we've got with his wife fronts on. We've got Gail and Bella in New. Oh, I think they're going somewhere else tomorrow.
To Los Angeles.
Didn't Keith say Nashville? Anyway, they're off somewhere else tomorrow. Somebody's coming and picking them up. I'm sure Keith said Nashville, because they were staying in New York for 5 days. Then they stayed 5 days somewhere else. I'm sure he said Nashville, and then they're going somewhere else for 5 days. He's on Agadoo. One of them lives about 4 miles, lives 4 miles from me. But yeah, I think he's got friends that have got a villa out there or something. I don't know. I don't know the full story about it, but it's he's got friends out there. Let's just say, as I say, I'm not sort of, being presumptuous or anything, but I know he's got friends out there. So I know, he's gone with friends or he's meeting friends. Villa in Nashville, no, in Morocco, in Agadir or whatever you call it. Keith, friends, never in a million years. I don't. He hadn't told me much about it, Ian. But all I know is they're not on the Rowan, if you know what I mean. There's friends out there. Some as I say, a lot of times you have to read between lines, and I don't know whether they were meeting them out there or whether they've got a villa. He's got friends out there anyway. So, same as I say, you know what Keith's like. Plays his cards close to his chest a lot of time. So, same as I say, all I know is he's in Agadir in Morocco, and he's with friends. Oh dear. Roan, isn't that an os? Whatever he's talking about, I don't know. Oh dear. But anyway, same as I say, I don't know who this friend is as well. Going back to Bella and Gail, I don't know who this friend is that's picking them up, but I do know that somebody's picking them up. And I'm sure Keith said they were going to Nashville. I'm not 100% sure. No. But I do know that they're staying somewhere else for 5 days, and that they're going somewhere else for 5 days. So they're not sort of stopping in one place the whole time they're there. So, but I do know sort of they're meeting up with 1 or 2 people. So that's another thing I don't really know a lot about. No, I don't think so. It's somebody that's travelling to New York to pick them up. That's all I know. And according to Keith, they're going on to Nashville, but I'm not sure. So, hi Ian, how are you?
Man in the shed.
You've missed the birthday boy. He's gone upstairs already. He only stuck around for about 10 minutes. So. What's Bella got herself into, picking up on street corners? She definitely earning these days. Oh dear. But yeah, that as I say, I forget that she did tell me who were picking her up, but I forgot. I forgot the person's name. So I think that person that's picking them up, I think they're staying with her. I think. Well, I don't know. So as I say. So it's not Pixie's, it's Callum's birthday, but is he kippered already? Lightweight, lol. She will, Ian. She will murder you. I think jet lag's catching up with him a little bit. We haven't personally got floods, but in parts of Sheffield, it's been flooding, like Barnsley and Rotherham and places like that. But where we are, we're okay. You know, we've not had no flooding. So yeah, parts of Derby's been flooded. Somewhere near Matlock, we're all like flooded and shut off and everything, and Derbyshire, and it's basically the amount of rain that we've had. The rivers can't cope with it. Yeah, well, same as I say, I think it was like the jet lag finally catching up with her, Ian. And she did say you know, because I watched her, she did say she were suffering a bit from jet lag. So I suppose, sort of, in a way, Gail will be all right because she's well travelled, isn't she? Gelderd Road in Leeds was like a river. Oh dear. But I do know, sort of, we've had a month's worth of rain in one day, and I don't think the rivers can cope with it. And obviously, you know, obviously burst the banks and whatever. Hiya, milady, how are you? Oh, milady's going on her holidays as well. Where are you off to, milady? Yeah, I got that notification that we do have snow. So that's going to be an interesting combination. First of all, we get rain, and then all of a sudden, you know, we're getting snow as well. So it don't bode well, does it? So right. Something I want to talk to you about.
Ooh.
Right. I set the live stream up, right, this morning. I put a thing on the community tab and everything. And about, what time would it be? About 7:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. I goes on to share it out. So I weren't sharing it out while we're on live stream. And I got a thumbs down already. Now, every single live stream, the last few live streams, I've had a thumbs down before I've even started. So, you know, what's going off? Oh, she's going to Orlando.
Ooh, Orlando.
So, yeah. So for last, like, probably 3 or 4 live streams, even though before I've started, I've had a thumbs down. So whether it's YouTube, because you see, funny thing is, a day or so later, that thumbs down goes. So I don't know whether it is YouTube messing about or what. I don't know. But all of a sudden, a few days later, that thumbs down that I had has gone. So yeah, Wakey says we'll be YouTube pillicking about. Yeah. So, but yeah, so like that's getting a regular occurrence even before I start the live stream. Not that it bothers me in any way, shape, or form, because I did sort of like a 5-minute live stream. Because I said after we had technical difficulties on Wednesday, I was going to try sort it out after the live stream, which I did. And I said to Chris, I'm going to try it out. I'll only go live for 5 minutes. And even before I'd started that one, I'd got a thumbs down. So I'd not advertised the fact.
It's got to be YouTube.
Yeah, I'd not advertised the fact. I just thought, I said to Chris, I says, I'm just going to do a 5 minutes live stream. Say, yeah, I've sorted it out all by myself, just to check it out and just to make sure it were working okay. Lo and behold, there were thumbs down there before I started there. So, you know, I sort of sat there and says, you know, oh, don't get me wrong, it don't bother me in any way, shape or form. In fact, we laugh about it. You know what I mean? Because it don't bother me one jot. You know, how many I get, or, you know, my last upload within an hour had 3 likes and 3 dislikes. Yeah, dislikes have gone now, even though I tested a few viewers. But you see, this is it. You know what I mean? Like for such as me, the thought process is, well, why do it? Because obviously, I tell everybody it don't bother me. It don't bother me at all. You know what I mean? And I've seen proof that you get paid more if you monetize like myself for thumbs down than you do thumbs up. So, you know, this is why it don't bother me. Because either way, I'm in a win-win situation. Because either way, whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I get paid either way. So it's just really strange. But the thing is as well, the minute I close my live streams down, I get a thing and it says limited or no ads, and I request a review. You know, and it's not my vlogs, because sort of we went through a stage where Chris says, well, it might be these clip art things that you're using, are they copyrighted? And I says, well, I don't get it on my vlogs, and I use that clip art on my vlogs. It's just my live streams. You know, so I think it's just but funny thing is, on Wednesday night stream, I sort of went back and sort of edited it and put the thumbnail and everything on, and by the time I'd done the second live stream, it had gone back to green. So, you know, it's a case of you know, within an hour of closing the live stream down, it had gone back to normal. So I think myself, it's got, because somebody says it's something to do with the algorithm of YouTube. So, you know what I mean? We've been told it's something to do with the algorithm. And they've sort of seen it in black and white that certain channels, they take the views, they take the dislikes, and they take this, that, the other. So that particular channel don't do very well. Hiya, Tina, how are you? So yeah, you know, I don't know. Same as I said to Chris. It's, you know, hiya, Steve, how are you? You know, it's what, you know, same as I said to Chris. You know, do your worst, because you're not going to stop me. I've ridden worse storms out. You know what I mean? Yeah, there were times when I've wanted to say, well, you know, is it worth it? Blah blah blah. And like, same as I say, it's every single live stream, you know, and I shut it down, and I say, well, YouTube must try harder, because you don't get shut off me that easy. Bloody hope they don't stop you. Oh, thank you, Tina. Thank you. It was here like for first 10 minutes, and he's, you know, we're reaching to go back on his Xbox. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think somewhere along the line, I think everybody's had that same mindset about, you know, is it worth it? You know, but you know, same as I've said. I mean, Ian knows what I'm talking about. I've rode out worse storms and, you know, dislikes and whatever, and you know, under review, blah blah blah. Upstairs, you missed him.
Yeah, Steve says Callum.
Yeah, it said, as I say, Callum was here for the first 10 minutes, and then he reaching to go back on his Xbox. So yeah, same as I say, I just carry on regardless, and I'll still keep doing my baking vlogs. I'll still be doing my live streams, and you know, they've got to throw worse at me than, you know, limited or no ads or thumbs down or whatever. I'll still be here. Well, this is it. Same as I say, you know, it's Ian knows I've ridden out worse storms than this, you know, from certain channels having a go at me, you know, a couple of times, let's just say. So you know, I ain't going nowhere. Don't worry about that. Well, it's not a case of winning or losing. It's just a case that they thought they were going to break me, but they didn't. Hey, we've got Johnny 5. You know,
I know, Johnny lad, number 5 is alive.
you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. At the time, you know, I were really upset. It really upset me. But you know, you have to stand your ground. You have to grow a thick skin. You know what I mean? Still be here, providing you don't keep maiming yourself with the oven. It don't happen very often, but occasionally. You see, that's the all the downfalls of baking. You see, we've got George in as well.
I do, George lad.
So yes, I've been maiming myself. Got a big blister on my thumb. Look, I burnt my thumb yesterday making Callum's Christmas cake. I nearly said Callum's birthday cake. So if it's not the burning, it's the self-harming, chopping the end of it. No, it were only a little nick. But this is all the downfalls of being a baker, you know. You do get injured sometimes. I mean, Callum knows. I mean, he's doing catering at college, and he's always coming home with a cut on his finger. I did stick a pin in it, wakey, but it's not because it were really, really painful last night. Her and Thomas are made for each other, Mr. and Mrs. Crash Dummy. But yeah, I did. It were really, really painful last night, and I got like a little needle, but it's not going anywhere fast, and I'm not sort of ripping skin off, but it has made it a little bit more bearable. So yeah, same as I say, I'll fetch a knitting needle. Well, I only used like a little sewing needle. Can you imagine Wake coming at me with this knitting needle? But yeah, same as I say, it were really painful last night, and I thought to myself, I can't stand this. That I'm just gonna I'm gonna say get a little prick, but I just pricked it a little bit with this sewing needle, and some came out of it, but I sort of don't like to. I didn't like to prod it too much. Let's just say. Hey up, who's a little prick? I had to go at that blister with a sewing needle and just to get the it's not pus, it's like watery fluid thing out of it. Oh dear, Wakey says he got stabbed through his right knee with a knitting needle when I was 5. We see I must be a walking disaster, because when I were about 5, you know these these square pot sinks that's coming back into fashion nowadays. Well, anyway, these pot sinks, somebody had took one out, and guess who fell on it and took a chunk out of the knee? Yeah, you're looking at her. So I've got a scar on my knee where I took a chunk out my knee. I don't know what they're called. They're them square, this square pot sinks, like for in your kitchen. But they're coming back in fashion now. Yeah, I've just said Belfast sink. I didn't know what they were called. But anyway, they were what's coming back. They're coming back into fashion. They're all the rage nowadays. So yeah, and we were out playing with, with friends and whatever. And and then another time, we were playing with kids next door, and they'd had some new doors on it, and the ones that they took off, I got them little panes of glass in it. Guess who stuck their foot through that and cut their toe on it? The big toe of all toes. So yes, I mean it's nothing new. I've took a chunk out my knee. I took a chunk out my big toe. Oh dear. So yes, I mean it's not a new occurrence that I'm a walking disaster area. So yes, I've got the scars to bear, so to speak. Got half a dozen in the backyard, all smashed up, used as hardcore. Oh dear, she's on first names terms with every hospital in a 10-mile radius. Well, you had to take you were a good one to talk. The only time we've been down to accident and emergency is with him over there when he broke his big toe at work, falling down some stairs. And God, it were actually the steel toe caps that he were wearing that broke his toe.
They were brand new ones and all, weren't they?
They were brand new steel toe caps. He'd not bedded them. The baker says it weren't me either. So yeah, he sort of turned round, bump, fell downstairs, and of course, because he sort of tried to stop himself, the actual steel toe caps on his, well, they were shoes, weren't they? It were them that, and he went to hospital, and he broke his big toe. They didn't put it in a pot or anything. They just gave him one of these boots, because he says if it were any other toe other than his big toe, they wouldn't have done anything about it except like strap it next to next one. But because I don't know, your big toe's central to your balance or something, they were saying. They gave him one of these boots. They were like Hopalong Cassidy. They were about 6 inches taller on one side than they were other. So yeah. But it basically, the aim of these boots is to support it so it heals properly, because apparently his big toes, I don't know, central to your balance or something. She said if it had been any or other his toes, they wouldn't have done note about it. So, in fact, I think you've still got that boot upstairs, haven't you?
Yeah, somewhere knocking
So yeah. So I mean, he's the one to talk. I've never had a broken bone in my life. So you know, I could call it kettle black, as I say. They must have been cheap boots. I think it would cost. They were new ones as well, and it sort of like turned. I don't know exactly how it happened. He turned sharply, lost his footing, and I actually went forward. And I think he tried to sort of catch his step as he were falling, but in doing that, the steel toe cap had actually broke his toe. So, but yeah, I mean, same as you said, you could have claimed, but you didn't.
Wish I had, man.
Well, that's it.
Quid's in.
It's a case of if you know what you know now, you probably would have done. So, so yes, 4 hours. What were it? 4 hours on a Sunday afternoon down at Northern General A&E. We had some entertainment while we were there, though.
Oh, that time of that wapping woman. Oh my god.
Well, to put a finer point on it, there was this woman in, and we think she'd been on
Spice.
Yeah, she'd been on the Spice, not the Spice sweets, the Spice, you know.
The naughty Spice.
Yeah, the naughty Spice. Yeah, so she come in and she were like throwing her weight around, and at the accident and emergency, all the receptionists are like behind these screens now. She'll bang it on screen and all sorts, and some of the state security act to oh, that's it. A boyfriend was in the hospital and they wouldn't let her see him, or something to that effect. And then she got ranting on about her kids, and she'd had her kids took off her, and you name it, she were ranting. Old Spice. So, and it were like, before she came in, they were like, all you could hear were like everybody talking, as you do in an A&E. And then all of a sudden, when she came in and started kicking off, you could hear a pin drop. So, you know, it were a case of everybody wanted to know what were going off. And the minute she started sort of kicking off, as I say, everybody, that were it. You could like literally hear a pin drop. Yeah, Chris has sat there saying, should I get my phone out and film it on me? I says, what do you want it? You know, I says, moo cheese, and you should probably ram it down your throat. She weren't best pleased. And then she had to cheat the cheat when she was sort of banging on this plastic glass or plastic wherever it is. She'll say, I'm not on any drugs. Yeah, I went out for a cigarette and I heard her telling somebody that were outside that she'd been on Spice. So she was telling them one thing and then telling anybody that had listened outside that she'd been on Spice. So, but that Spice doesn't send you a bit whappy, apparently. Hell, that's no fury like a woman on Old Spice. Oh God! But yeah, and she went no further through than you know, a wet rag. But she went off kicking off, and I says to Chris, says, "Well, how come?" I says, "We attract that sort of thing. You know, we sat there minding his own business in accident and emergency. He's like Hopalong Cassidy because he couldn't walk with his broken toe, and then you get this woman in throwing a hissy fit." Most excitement we've had. I don't think we've had any excitement since that day, have we?
Oh, the last bit of excitement we had when we lived at Bakewell, we see good police with guns out.
Oh yeah.
So first people moved in, it was
Oh.
like, well, we moved into here.
Yeah.
Room.
Yeah. We'd moved back to Sheffield. Well, it's like 6 years ago now,
Yeah.
and we lived on in like an upstairs masonette, and I think we'd only been there a few days, and there were all this commotion going off. There were all these police vans and cars and police with dogs and everything, and so I goes out onto like walkway in nearest front door, and this woman lived next door, but one that were deaf. So I says, "What's going off?" She could lip read, and I looked down, and they were all coppers with guns on, and they were all walking across this grass. There were coppers with dogs, there were coppers with guns, and I went, "Oh bloody hell, what we moved into!" And we'd only been there a few days, but according to afterwards, the rumours were circulating that this bloke and his missus had split up, and he rolled in her hostage, basically. So that's what we found out afterwards, that he rolled in her hostage, apparently. So I'm having kittens because I've never seen it like that before.
I have.
Oh God, I was safe. You know what I mean? He says, "We'll move to Sheffield." So 2 days, so I say, about 2 days after we'd moved in, when all these police vans, he were holding an ostrich. Oh dear, but yeah, I kept thinking, oh God, I wished I hadn't to move now. But yeah, some as I say, I'd not seen out like that before, and you could see all these cop cars pulling up, and like canine officers, and what is this animal magic? Back, done wait, not put the wall bed down, got from over. Oh, you're hiding, are you? You would want to get some popcorn. I was shitting myself. Oh dear. I've led a sheltered life, I tell you. I've never seen out like it. Oh, Tracy's family. But yeah, never a dull day. And then when we moved here, it were like you could hear a pin drop. Where the difference in here and there, it's like night and day. You know what I mean? We've never had biggest excitement we have is like if we see a van pull up or something and somebody's having a delivery. Hi Richard, how are you?
Hello, Richard.
So yeah, that's the most excitement that we have here round here. Yeah. I told them YouTube, and that's my way of relaxing. Night all. Are you going, Johnny? But yeah.
About his family.
Oh, right. I get you now. So yeah, the birthday boy did stay for 10 minutes. They buggered off back upstairs. So yeah. No, I told Tracy and Fam night all. So yeah, we sort of went from seeing it all when we first moved in to moving here, and yeah, I mean we ate chopper copper going over occasionally, and that's about it. All excitement we get. It's sort of you know, difference, the same as I say, difference between night and day. Between here and there. Auntie got his own driveway.
No.
No. But that was fun. It's boring here. Only entertainment here is trying to get a certain parking space before the old yeah. Well, funny thing is, we live in a cul-de-sac, and you come down the road and it's like a semicircle. But there's 5 houses in this row, and there's 5 parking spots. But there's a certain person, an old fart, as Chris called him, don't even live in this road, but he insists on parking the one nearest our houses, the right hand spot. Now, by rights, his parking spot is up on the main road, but he insists on coming here and parking on our road and taking away from somebody that's in the row. So a lot of the times, either Chris or Brian next door has to park in the semicircle. So yeah, but I keep saying I'm going to get in touch with Sheffield City Council and have a disabled bay marked out. You know, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I don't get round to it. And if you ask anybody round here, nobody likes him. Because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because many years ago, this was before we actually moved in here, the lady next door, he come knocking on everybody's doors saying, I'm on about having like a disabled parking spot, and he wanted it in that particular spot. So it was coming round asking people to sign this thing to say that there was an agreement with it. Well, nobody had signed it, right? So Ivy next door, she was going on holiday. So she went on holiday, and the lady next door to her, I mean, bless her, she's passed away now, not the lady next door, the next lady next door to her. They come out, the council come out and marked it as a disabled bay, unbeknown to the lady next door. So anyway, the lady that's passed away rang Ivy up, and she says, you're never going to guess what. She did say his name. I don't even know his name. She says, he's only got the council out and marked that bay as a disabled bay. So it incensed Ivy. So the minute she got back, she rang the council up. And she says he's no right. He's no right in having that particular bay marked out as disabled, because you don't actually live in this, on this cul-de-sac. He lives over there. Well, anyway, the top and bottom of it was the council came out and they burnt it all off, and she stood on the doorstep watching them do it. So of course he came out as Ivy were watching the council watching them burn it off. He came out all guns blazing, and basically she turned around to him and she says, well, she says, you did all this all underhanded, you waited till I'd gone on holiday and everything, blah blah blah. So she says, you didn't think I was just going to lay down and leave it at that. She says, I've rung them up and say you don't even live on this street. So they've come and burnt it off. And ever since then, they've sort of been at odds with each other. And he was calling her all names under the sun and blah, 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 you know, because she'd actually rung the council up and told them to come and burn it off, and watched them do it.
Birthday boys are here.
Yeah, the birthday boy's back.
Look, you. Anybody else?
Anyone
else, feel free to leave a happy birthday in the chat.
You can't see yet. Oh,
yeah, he's just come into shot. But yeah, so, you know, that's sort of how underhanded he is. And we often say, I mean, Chris has parked in that spot now. Johnny says, hey, birthday boy. Gordon says, happy birthday, Callum.
Thank you, Gordon.
Wakey, my lady, say happy birthday.
Yeah, my lady says happy birthday, and Wakey says happy birthday, Callum.
Thank you. Wakey, my lady.
Oh. But anyway, some of us say that's the story behind that. And we reckon, I mean, he's got nothing better to do, that if anybody's parked in that spot, it looks like he waits for them or watches for them going out. And as soon as that person's gone out, you know, how sad's that? It's looking out, waiting for that spot to become vacant. I mean, same as we said, we don't mind anybody parking in that spot except him. So yeah. But you know, same as Ivy said next door, and Mary and Brian that lives this side, you know, he makes out his wife's disabled, but I walk with 2 walking sticks. But he don't care. He don't care in one jot. He doesn't care. He don't care how far I've got to walk, whether I've got to walk from other side of the street or what. If he can park in that spot, he will do. So yeah, but he just don't care about anybody except himself. I mean, his wife can walk faster than what he can. Let's just say that. But he makes the excuse his wife's disabled, and that's why he parks there. You know, and like when we go shopping, Chris pulls onto grass, he pulls round, and he pulls right outside house, so they ain't got far to bring the shopping in. And Brian next door says, oh, he's moaned about that before when so-and-so used to do it. And Chris says, well, I'm just waiting for him to come out. He never said a word to Chris. Never said a word. Chris says, well, I'll be ready for him. He says, when he comes at me, don't you worry. You know, but he's never said nothing to you.
No.
You see, the thing is as well, the worst he does is when you're going out to car and they going out to car at the same time, they like look at your daggers.
Oh yeah. But
they never say anything. You know, and same as I says, I mean, oops. So I've just caught thing. But you see, you know, he's always a right pain in buttocks. Good morning, mate.
Good morning. Good night, everybody.
Callum says, good night, everybody. But yeah, you know, it's some as I say, he's never said a word to us at all. But you know, nobody likes him. You can ask anybody in this row, and
neighborhood.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we lucky that we've got good neighbours. I mean, we've got an old lady this side, Ivy. Fancies Chris, I think. And then we've got like Mary and Brian that live here. Only downside of that is it supports the Wendy's. So that's the my lady says good night, young man.
Good night, my lady.
But anyway, same as I say, Mary and Brian, I mean, like they knocked on door yesterday, said, do you mind if we leave a package here for number 10? We don't mind because they both work. So, you know, about 10-15 minutes later, he come and knocked on the door, and he says, I'm sorry about this. He says, it should have been delivered this morning, blah, blah, blah. He says, I hope you don't mind. You know, and Chris says, no. He says, if we're in and they knock on the door, we don't mind whatsoever. Surrounded by gilfs. But yeah, can you remember when we get our gear lift of the week? we're only going shopping, and She come out just as we were getting in car. So Chris says, "Do you want to lift anywhere, Ivy?" So she says, "Well, I'm only going into town." She says, "But you can give me a lift up to tram stop, which is like only just up road." So anyway, she gets it back, and she went, "Where you off to then?" She says, "Are you going for a mucky weekend?" So I says to her, I said, "Well, if you call going to Asda shopping a mucky weekend, then yeah." She's got a right, a dirty mind on her. Yeah, on aisle 16. But yeah. But yeah, she says, yeah, where you off to? Are you going for a mucky weekend? Chris says, yeah, in one of aisles in Asda. So we had a laugh about it. Well, what did you do for her? And she says, "Oh, I could kiss you." And Chris is going, "Oh, don't, please. No, please don't." You went and done something for her, didn't you? Yeah, it was something to do with electric meter or one. I don't know whether one switches had tripped and she couldn't see properly, and she come knocking at the door and she says, "Can you come and sort this out for me?" And anyway, all he did was like flip switch because there's like trip switches, and she went, "Oh, I could kiss you." And Chris is saying, "Oh God, I hope not. Please don't kiss me." And then when he come back, I were pulling his leg up while saying, "I reckon she fancies you. I reckon she wanted to kiss you, really." Oh dear, we had a right laugh about it. So sit her in the trolley and lean in. But make sure she has the teeth in before she kisses me. She's not bad. She's a nice lady, isn't she? Yeah, she's a nice lady. My missus' idea of Bucky weekend is doing the garden. But yeah, I mean, it's like, same as Chris says, you do a good deed for your neighbours, you never know when you're going to need a good deed back, if you know what I mean. So, we like to, I mean, it's like, Thames to say, the woman next door to Ivy, she passed away, and a young couple's in there now. Now, we've not really had a lot to do with them, except for saying hello and, you know what I mean, sort of exchanging pleasantries. And then on end is Joanne. So yeah, I mean, we more or less know everybody in this our row, except for next door but one this way, because some of say they haven't been in all that long. We know her name and little girl's name, because they've got like a little toddler. So, but it's sort of, we haven't really had a lot to do with them, apart from, if we've been going out to Cora, she's been coming back in and we've said hello. No wrong with a good gumming. Oh dear. You know what I pulled Chris's leg and I said, "Well, you know what they say, don't you? Any port in a storm."
Look at, I've waited toilet.
Oh dear, he's got a stalker.
Stalker?
I bet you can hear him meowing. It's every time Chris gets up to go anywhere, he follows him.
You're not kidding.
Left or right. Oh dear. And if you'd have seen him today, it got Lucy on one knee and took her on other. He would say, "Well, I bet Pixie goes round to trim her bush in summer." She ain't got a bush, we've only one that's got a bush. But yeah, same as I say, same as we've said, she lives on her own. She's an elderly lady. Same as we've said, she knows that if she gets in a bit of a bind or gets in a bit of a tears, I mean, she always tells me when she's going on holiday. She don't give me a key or anything. She just asks me to you know, keep an eye out, and because I think she's got like a good friend or a sister or somebody comes in and, you know, make sure our house is all right and everything. So yeah, you know, but you know, same as I say, there's a time or two she says, okay, or can you remember when she wanted the top pulling up? Can you remember when she wanted the top pulling up? She come round and she couldn't pull a top up. She couldn't zip a top up at back. Yeah, she come round and she got like this dead. It was summer and it was like this dead strappy top. But I think it got like a zip up back, and I don't think she could zip up. So she comes to the door, and I think she originally asked Chris to do it. So Chris was a little bit embarrassed about it. So he shouts me. So he says, come in, Ivy. So she come in and she says, I'm having problems. She says, it's like it's like a zip up top. So she says, I'm having problems zipping it up, blah, blah, blah. So she says, I think Chris is a bit embarrassed to do it. She says, so he's told me to come in and you'll do it for me. So yeah, so she even actually asked him to zip her top up this particular time. And I think he were more embarrassed than what she were. So we had a laugh about it. I said, she'll be wanting you to undo a bra strap next. So we had a right laugh about it. So he said, well, he says it's not a man's place to, you know, to zip it up. He says it's better, you know, done by a woman. So basically he'd asked her to come in so I could do it for her. But yeah, I mean, that's sort of, you know, are we on good terms with each other? You know, and she knows that if she's got a problem, that's how it all starts, with gilfs on the prowl. But you know, it's like a case of, you know, we don't know when we're going to want a favour from her. You know, I mean, the thing ain't rose just yet. You know what I mean? So, but you know, you do a good turn for your neighbours, like us taking packages in for them next door. If there comes a time where we're expecting something and we're not going to be in, a man's place is to undress, not dress a woman. So yeah, I mean, same as we've said, you never know. You know, we might need a package taken in at some point or other, and you know, say, well, do you mind? I'm expecting a package, but we're not going to be in, and you know, will you look out for them and ask them, you know, take it in for us or whatever? You don't know. So same as I said to Chris, it's always best to be on the good side of your neighbours. You will have to watch that, Chris. Jeanette Pickering, you might run off with the neighbour. Oh, well, she's welcome to him, I tell you. She must be 75 if she's a day. She might even be older than that. But yeah, I mean, we have a right laugh with her, and you know, she's always asking how Callum is and how I am, and you know what I mean. She's a nice lady. So you know, I mean, same as I say, I'd have Ivy have a plonker across there any day. She a frisky one. Does she have family? She's got 2 daughters, I think. I think there's one particular daughter that comes to pick her up on a Sunday and takes her for a Sunday lunch, I think. But I think she's got 2 daughters, but I've only seen one of them, if you get what I mean. My wife ran off with my best mate. I really miss him. Her name's not Doris, is it? No, I don't think so. Oh, you mean her name's Ivy that lives next door? But yeah, she's got a daughter, but I only see like I haven't really sort of seen a daughter to speak to. Just seeing her coming and getting her mum on a Sunday for her you know, for a Sunday lunch, and that's about it. Oh, Doris from Gavin. We see that's why I didn't know who Doris were, because I never don't watch Gavin and Stacey. So, but yeah, you know, I mean, like, I think it were May June time. She went on a cruise and she was gone for 2 weeks. Now she always writes her daughter's telephone number down in case, you know, anything should crop up. She writes a daughter's phone number down for me. Should they need a rice for me, you know, to get in touch with anybody. So, oh, corned beef hash were lovely. Johnny says, yeah, the old lady swinger likes the younger lads. No, I've never watched Gavin and Stacey. Shame on you. Sorry. Oh dear. But so yeah, you know, it's always good to keep on the right side of your neighbours, really. Same here. And you've never seen Gavin and Stacey either, Wakey. I'm glad I'm not only one. Yeah. So, same as I say, you know, we watch each other's backs. You know, we watch out for one another. So, but it were like where we lived before. It were each to his own. Keep yourself to yourself, and you know there were a few dodgy characters, if you know what I mean. So it were a case of, you know, you kept yourself to yourself, and you know, didn't say no to nobody. One of them type of areas, if you know what I mean. But it's so much better around here. Oh, pardon me, weren't it? Oh, I'm going to say, did you nearly trip up?
Not another coffee.
You can do.
What's up with thee?
I thought I've drunk it all, haven't I?
No.
Oh, I thought I drunk it all. I think they are doing a Christmas special this year. Sadly, Doris died in. Oh. But hey, up is following him again. Well, you see, this is it. I mean, same as I say, when we first moved back to Sheffield, Johnny, we lived in like a masonette, which in essence it's a flat, but it's like got stairs and it's got 2 bedrooms and everything. Well, we were like on 2nd floor. So then I got as though I were having a lot of problems with my arthritis and everything, and I applied to council for a ground floor one, and oh, you've seen rumours on Twitter about an Xmas special. Oh, so yeah, so well, I applied to council, you know, because of me, because I weren't going out anywhere and blah blah blah. And we got a downstairs masonette, but then there were one neighbour, one side were coming round to borrow money every 5 minutes. Basically, as soon as she got a pension or she got any money, she would buy scratch cards. That's what we found out in end anyway. And she would either come and say, "Can I cadge a few fags off you? Can you lend me a £5? Can you lend me this? Can you lend me that?" And in end, we said no.
Scratch card city.
Because we found out that basically she was going to collect a pension on a Monday because Chris had sort of seen her and getting all these scratch cards. And she was blowing all the money on scratch cards and then couldn't afford to buy fags or couldn't afford to put, you know, money in electric or gas. And in end, we just said no. We struggling this then, and then she was coming round saying, "You ain't got a fag you can lend me, have you?" Well, at that time, it was like just before I had my operation. We said no, we've packed up. So then she never come round anymore. Bloke next on other side, he hardly ever seen him. And then we had problems with next door, but one, he were a drug dealer, and he used to beat the crap out of his missus. So we had a bit of a to do with them. We've been watching reruns of Keeping Up Appearances. That's another thing I haven't watched. I haven't watched Keeping Up Appearances.
This is Bouquet.
Well, I know it's Bucket, Mrs. Bucket.
It's Bouquet.
So yeah, you know, when we moved round here, we thought it were heaven. It was like Beirut down where we used to live. Quite literally, weren't it?
Kids don't run.
Yeah, and they basically, it's one of them like estates where they shove people that nobody else wants. So you're not in witness protection. Well, I can tell you a story, but I'm not discussing it on a live stream. It's a long story, and I'm not talking about it on a live stream because it's a bit iffy. Gordon reckons we spies. Do you think I'd be on YouTube if I were witness protection or I were a spy? But anyway, same as I say, we couldn't from this downstairs masonette, we couldn't get out quick enough, and this sort of just came at right time, and you know, it was same as I say, the difference in night and day. You know, there were some dodgy characters, I'll tell you. Dodgy.
But where's that lot?
And then we had a spate where kids from Callum School were coming past and lobbing snowballs at window every single day. Or stones. And Chris went out and threatened them and said, you know, he says, you know, I'm going to... He even video recorded them doing it one day. So yeah, he put like a camera in window, because like the kitchen window faced onto road, and that's where they were aiming snowballs at.
We were all right on top, weren't we?
Yeah, but then like a lot of the kids that went to school with Callum were off the estate, and they were like walking past and they were just like lobbing snowballs at window and everything. So Chris actually set a camera up, because we'd like got blinds in the kitchen. So he set this camera up, and they come from school one day and they were lobbing snowballs. So Chris just stood on the doorstep and he went, "Did you smile for cameras, boys?" He says, "Because I've got you on camera throwing snowballs, and I've got each and every one of you that threw snowballs. So look out for me at school tomorrow," he says, "and I'll be showing the school the evidence." And funnily enough, we never had no more trouble after that. So yeah, once Chris went out and said, you know, "We've got you on camera, we've got the evidence." So and Chris actually went out and, you know, with camera, and he says, I've got you all on this camera." He says it was in the kitchen window all the time while you lot were throwing snowballs. He says, and one, he says, "I'll be taking it to school." He says, and two, he says, "After I've been to school," he says, "I'll be taking it to police." They didn't come again after that, funnily enough.
Mr. Below 7.5.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that was threat enough. Plus, there were these two lads that we sort of knew from estate. Didn't he come and come and actually fitted the blind in the kitchen? You know, when he says, "Are you finding it round here?" And Chris was telling him that we're having trouble with these kids throwing snowballs, and this lad says, "I've got an idea who it might be," and apparently he went round and threatened them. So he says, "Don't worry," he says, "I've got an idea who it might be." And he went round and threatened them, and funnily enough, after that, we never had a problem. So I don't know whether it were him threatening them, or whether it were Chris sort of saying, "Well, you know, first of all, I'm going to show school, you know, footage what I got," or, you know, and then from there I'm going to police with it. I don't know, but yeah, they were right little shits. And that's putting it politely, weren't it, sweetheart? You know, you could. It were one of them. It were one of them situations where you could quite easily go out and wring the little necks. And that is putting it politely. That's what I'm saying. I says, you know, you know, well, they were little shits. Oh, I did. Ian's back.
Is he back, is he?
Yeah, but yeah. So, same as I say, it were right. We lovingly refer to it as shithole. It were like Beirut. Let's just put it that way. Always been having his tea. So, yeah. And it were, same as I say, when we moved here, it were like night and day, weren't it, sweetheart?
Yeah.
It were like night and day, the difference in here and there. It's you know, it were like night and day. I wife home and all. So yeah, you know, it's lovely round here, apart from one particular person spoiling it. But he don't spoil it, just ignore him and let him get on with what he's doing, and always had chippy tea.
Chippy tea, lazy horse. What the hell? I better wait till Yorkshire fish cake.
So yeah, we you know, we you know, we thought we were blessed when we got this house. It just come at right time, didn't it? You know, we couldn't wait to get out of there. This came up, and it's with a company that Chris used to work for. So it just worked out right, really. One winter when I was delivering the post, a group of teens said, "How about we snowball the postman?" I said, "How about I pull your arm out of the socket and beat you with the soggy?" Oh, that's good. Oh dear, that's a good reply. I tell you something and all, and this makes everybody laugh. When we lived in Nottinghamshire, where we lived, you'd only got to go to Endett Street and there were an Asda. You'd only like sort of from here to Endell Street, and you were there. You were at Asda.
Big superstore one.
No, it were a big Asda. So anyway, we were going in through entrance, and there were this. I think there were about 3 or 4 girls, weren't there? Like young teeny bopper girls. So anyway, I sort of waited because he like got a canopy thing, and you know, like what I call like a bit of a conservatory. So I waited there while Chris went and got a trolley. and I could hear them like smirking and, you know, to one another anyway. So when Chris come back, I says to Chris, I says, you know, take your piss out on me, this, that, and the other. So basically, I turned round to him. I says, I might be fat duck. I says, but I'm not deaf. So of course they started getting it all that. So, and this is the good, and I don't know how I thought on it off the top of my head. I went, hey up duck. I says, I might be fat. I says, and I can lose weight. I says, but you fucking ugly. I says, and you stuck with that fucking muggly up for the rest of your life. Shut up just like that. And everybody laughs at him when, you know, when I said that, yeah. I says, I'm fat and I can diet, but you know, you're ugly, but you stuck with that ugly mug for the rest of your life.
No, they weren't best looking.
No. And at that they went marching off because they knew I'd got better on them. So, but you see, it don't bother me. It goes over my head. But it was Chris were getting riled up. He hates anybody like calling me or you know, anything like that. It gets to him more than it does me. Oh, okie dokie then, Johnny. Thank you for coming in. So yeah, same as I say, I'm not usually that quick-witted, but for some reason it just sort of rolled off my tongue. I didn't like it when I get them what for. You know, it were a case of, well, you're not as smart as you think you are. You know, I were younger then. Mean?
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, but what's about you?
Yeah. But yeah, same as I say, it you know, I've had it all my life, and it's like water off a duck's back to me. Yeah, that similar sort of thing. What I said, you know, oh, he's off to Ian's on Sundays, so he needs his beauty sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, he did say we're going. He did say we're going to Ian's this weekend. But yeah. Snowed in. I get what you. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that, you know, that's basically what I said. But there are a few F words in between, you know. Scum corn. I think Ian lives in Bradford, don't he, Johnny?
I think he means Ian. Ian.
Oh right.
Yeah,
yeah.
Scum corn, rum corn, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, it means other one. No, Warrington. Well, that's where Ian lives, not far from there. Was on about me. Well, DJ Ian, Sir Ian Matthews, yeah, DJ Ian only lives 10 minutes away from Warrington, and Bella lives in Warrington as well.
Bella's in America.
Yeah, but Bella's in America. Yeah, 2 minutes away.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
See you later, pal.
So, I always thought, I don't know what made me think he lived in Bradford.
I thought he lived in Bradford. It was what he lived in Bradford. Oh, he must have moved.
His favourite thought was when the Jehovah's come calling and he says, "You've got me off the shit to tell me that." Bloody Northerners. Well, Ian, tell everybody what you told us that you say to, you know, when they come knocking on your door. So, Southern Fairies. Ian come up with a good one, and I couldn't stop. Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear, that were a good one. When God's God comes knocking on the door.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the comments. Come on, Ian, type faster.
Piss what a beer. You want to ask Eli about dildos? Oh dear. Or more precisely, butt plugs and whatever. No. Well.
I don't know.
He has a fetish for rainbow ones. Oh dear. And talking of which, he's got a new victim now. So I'll just message you. I can find you. Sorry about this. Answer the door wearing a leather. Oh, you're permanently banned from his channel. Answer the door wearing a leather cap and holding a 3-foot double end. Oh dear. But yeah, he's having a go at somebody that we all know. Or trying to. So, hiya, Amjad. What time do you call this? Oh dear. Well, that might be an idea. Answer door.
Answer door with my thong on. All I go.
I would say we don't have many, but it's just occasionally we do.
Sorry, now, look, I'll do it. It'll be my mother.
We didn't even get any trick-or-treaters, did we? And bought a big bag full of lollipops. We were
about dildos and books.
You don't get anything, and you have about half at street coming round, and then you get prepared, and nobody comes.
Yeah.
So talking about dildos and butt plugs normally does the trick. So I'm just
what are you doing?
I'm not neglecting. No, same as I say, we normally, same as I say, like last year we didn't get anything, and we must have had about half a dozen, and we went to Pound Stretcher and they got these big bags of like lollies, So Chris says, we'll get them for trick-or-treaters coming round. And we didn't get any. Yeah. Yeah, we've been waiting. She's on eBay buying dildos.
Oh, DJ Ian, because he was one that makes all the £1,000,000 worth of
yeah.
dildos in the race.
Yeah, we've only got, it's not what you know, it's who you know. We've only got to go to Ian. You know, then they hijacked the lorry and stole a lorry full of them. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. Oh, you're at your cousin's house.
That's no excuse, we've got a mobile. On a jockey, man.
But yeah, we'll let you off then, Amjad. They sell them in Sainsbury's.
What, dildos? Do they?
Because they're going, do they?
What section's that under?
What aisle is it? Chris wants to know.
Not in cucumber aisle, is it?
Amjad's laughing. Chris wants to know what specific aisle they're on. Don't talk about lorries and down south, touchy subject these days. 39 jobs going though, and it's yeah, I know we shouldn't laugh about it, really.
No. Oh, dear.
No, that's famous flask wakey. And don't tell me, my lady, you're asking for a friend. Don't buy him from pawn shop, dodgy Chinese crap. Oh, fire extinguishers.
Oh dear, this one went down real fast, didn't it? When you've got Wakey, DJ Ian, and Gordon in at the same time, it's a bit dodgy.
But yeah, yeah, that's a first. I don't think they sell them in Asda. I've not seen any in Asda.
Might sell knockoff versions in Lidl.
I was going to say, we'll have to start shopping at Sainsbury's. I'm so busy tomorrow. I have my cousins round tomorrow for dinner as a little celebration because they got married. Oh, pardon me, last Sunday, my auntie's baking a cake for dessert. I can't wait. Well, it's Callum's birthday today, and I made a birthday cake for him, and I made him chocolate chip flapjacks. Yeah, the batteries go too quick. I'll take your word for it. Oh dear. Mine takes AA ones, by the way. From experience. Oh dear, it must be you, Wakey. You know where the dildos are in Sainsbury's. Oh, yeah. Well, you see, I've never seen them for sale in a supermarket, so he must be looking closely to know that this. I'm going to say to know that they sell them in Sainsbury's. Oh, Richard's put lol. Oh dear. How did we get on this subject?
We're all talking about dildos, and I can't wait for his wedding pictures.
I know. It's funny. I one simple comment, and the chat goes downhill, and now we're talking about dildos.
Oh, so we're on about dildos in the first place.
I don't know. I think it might be Ian's fault.
Yeah, wait, because he mentioned about the lorry. Don't blame me.
Last dildo I got had disco lights and sang How Deep Is Your Love.
Right, just look at the deal. The bump to the lorry. His focus over.
Oh dear. It's wonder Chris ain't gone awake.
Oh, no,
when it goes downhill, Chris sits there and he's going awake. I'm sure your Sophie don't need one, Ian.
No.
So, went it when we were moving once, and well, let's just say I've got. Hey, oh, this is put a link in. Well, let's just say I'd got the drawer in my bedside cabinet.
Hey, what's this? Off 7-speed bullet vibrators. Hey, it's only £8.
Only?
It's RO/80 millimeters.
Oh.
£8.
So anyway, I'm trying to tell them that story when drawer fell out. And we got people actually moving us, right? So what we've done is, like the wardrobe doors and everything. Dad's. Anyway, we were moving when he were reading gas meter. It was one time when we were moving. I can't remember where we were moving from or to or whatever. Anyway, I'd got a Satan drawer in my bedside cabinet, and when we move, I always like wardrobe doors. I tape shut and like wall unit, and hey, we got Thomas in. I once nearly phoned a plumber up, thought it were a problem with my pipes. So anyway, we were moving and they picked my bedside cabinet up. The whole thing fell apart and all these, came tumbling out. And Chris is sort of scrambling to pick them all up. And I went, it's too late, they've seen them now. You know what I mean? I weren't actually there, but Chris were, and I says, "Oh, I'm glad I weren't there." I says, "I'd have been. I want to know what you'd done with me, then." So yeah, but it was the actual drawers that just fell to pieces, and everything come tumbling out. So that was one of the embarrassing moments. I thought that was the milkman's job. Yeah. So yeah, that was an embarrassing moment. I'm just glad I weren't there. And it was Chris that were getting embarrassed because all these, things came tumbling out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I'd have been well embarrassed. You should have said they're not mine, they're Chris's. Well, I weren't there, you see. So, I don't know exactly what he said to him, but he probably blamed me or the missuses. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, and then I says to Chris, I says, well, look on it bright side. In one of the other drawers, I've got like all these thongs and G-strings and
it's so bad that.
Yeah, I says it's a good job, all my knickers didn't come flying out because they were a drawer where I kept me, my scanty knickers. Let's just say. I says then I would have been embarrassed. Oh, he's hoping for the Mavic Pro by Christmas. He says that's why the sales of 3D printers has gone up. Why, they're making their own. You know, make your own. So yeah, that was my sort of it was and it wasn't. That were an embarrassing moment when
not G strings, G strings.
G strings.
Songs, you know.
You know, knickers. You know that are like candy floss at back. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we're not talking food here, Amjad. We're talking.
No, that's its edible G string.
But yeah, I'm more of a what's that thing?
Hands-free.
No, I mean not about that. Oh, what's the name that likes them big knickers?
I'm thinking of putting
Bridget Jones. I'm more into Bridget Jones underwear nowadays, if you know what I mean. That were like in my younger days.
He's going to stand out with this song.
Oh, laugh. But yeah, some as I say, you know, that I'm more of a Bridget Jones underwear type of thing nowadays. Can't be doing with. I would like to be in Bridget Jones's underwear too.
Oh dear, oh,
How Chris likes it small but on standstill. My lady's just packed her thongs.
Oh,
So as I say, that were in my younger days. I'm more of a Bridget Jones with big knickers type these days. They were dead uncomfortable, them thongs and whatever. Up nicky you know, your butt crack.
how do you guys explain the sex ring to the remote?
He had enough on explaining what fell out at draw, Thomas.
I've got some videos for you these days. Oh, crikey.
Botty flossers. I want a good one. Botty flossers.
Alright, see you later, I'm done.
Okay then, thank you, Amjad, for coming in, and I'll see you on the next one on Monday. So
I'm assuming that X-rated videos.
Gordon says we've seen your videos, Ian.
Oh, Caroline.
Hiya, Caroline, how are you? So Caroline's just come in right in at right time. We're talking about I see what Thomas has put. My ex had a pair of pants with an hole in the back, no idea what for. Oh dear.
A lot worse these days. Hello, Caroline.
We've just been talking about it's put really.
I felt one of the softer stuff, so I went off.
All turned smutty again. Hey, Salty's come in now. We're talking about dildos and whatever.
Oh, no, Salty lad.
Oh dear. But ain't it funny how all of a sudden it turns from like a serious subject?
It's supposed to be Cameron's birthday stream.
Yeah. Yeah. It was down here for all the 10 minutes. It's put you've been talking about dildos. Choose words carefully. Well, it all started off because apparently here in the UK there's been a lorry hijacked and they stole the contents of the lorry, and it were full of,
Dildo.
you know, sex
Sex
toys. So that's sort of what got us onto the. I've just come home from darts. So yeah, that's what got us onto the subject, because it was in the headlines that this lorry had been hijacked. They'd stole the contents, and but they're all sex toys. So that's sort of the story behind how we got onto this subject. Carolines don't need batteries, you see. But yeah, that's how we sort of got talking about that subject. But yeah, so that's sort of what got us onto that subject about hijacking this lorry, and it were full of sex toys. So you know.
£1 million worth of dildos I'm selling for Black Friday. Anyone wants some that may be used?
Yeah, so if anybody wants any, contact DJ Ian.
Caroline says it lasts so much longer. Wonderful!
All those dildos, did the lorry driver make a dick of himself? It were probably him that put 'em up to it, washed or unwashed. So, oh dear, we do get on some subjects. It's a good job it's after Watershed and late on a Friday night. The wakey depends on how nice you ask. Salted or unsalted. Oh, being as she's even got a name for it, it's Bob. Battery operated boyfriend. All secrets is coming out now. Salty's put all them toys. Well, Xmas is coming up though. The butt plug with a bass bin in it. Well, I'll let you have it used and dirty. Use them as tree decorations. Should keep the vicar away. Salty says some of them toys were being delivered to me. Oh dear. Oh. Not that I need them. I got my own toy. It's a monster.
Those that brag about it.
Oh dear. Oh. Oh, Car, can you beat that one? He don't talk back. One downfall, does not cuddle well. Do you have cookie cutters? In fact, I've got them on table here, Caroline. Only the little one, though.
I'm not bragging, I speak the truth. Yeah.
Got the small one, look. I don't know where others are. My lady says this is called Bob too.
That doesn't take the garbage outside.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm laughing that much. My nose is running. So Chris has his first picture.
I'm going to have a tape, that Ian.
When my fly is open, I say the cage may be open, but the beast is asleep. I bet you could make a resin craft and actually make tree ornaments. Can you imagine having family over and all these dicks being on Christmas tree? It'd be a good start talking point, wouldn't it?
Imagine the mum and dad coming in.
I know.
I'm
going to say,
Huh?
place to jingle balls on them. Well, you see, his mum and dad are big church goers, so I don't think they'd appreciate seeing a load of dicks on Christmas tree. Do you?
No. Oh, I hope they sent me a message.
That's weird though. As soon as I get here, you're talking about. We were talking about. Well, we've been talking about dildos for ages. People will never notice. Oh,
Dirty Ninja.
probably you knew Salty was on his way.
Oh, not watching that one.
Wakey says just put a couple on the tree, see how long it takes for them to notice. Well, I'll tell you, they notice everything. Yeah, we just kidding around as well, Carolyn. You'd be surprised some subjects we get onto. And it's never Wakey's fault. So Wakey's biggest culprit. Yeah, I gathered that.
I couldn't carry on watching that first video.
Take the alls.
It's filthy hour with Jeanette Chris. Fireworks. I'm on this one.
But I ought to do, you know, them like garlands where you cut them out and do one with, you know, them shapes and deck the whole song here in US. Yeah, probably not after this. But yeah, I mean, so long as everybody's having a laugh.
Ouch. I watched all of that one here. Oh!
I mean, I forgot to tell Thomas if he's still here, it is in the description. I've got it on my back. You know, I'm sort of giving like a mini shout out to people that support me, that come in the chat regularly. You know what I mean? I'm doing like about 5 at a time. So I forgot to tell Thomas he's one of them this week. Well, today. I was going to, when I had the technical difficulty on Wednesday, they were the 5 that I didn't get to do on Wednesday. It should be okay. They allow adult conversation. Well, you see, same as we've said, it's after Watershed because 9 o'clock here.
But not when it's recorded and uploaded, it'll not be.
Yeah, I have supported you. Yeah. But it's sort of same as I said. It's like just getting people putting the links to certain channels in the description. You know, people that have supported me, I've supported them, etc. I did 5 on Monday. I was planning on doing 5 Wednesday, but we had technical difficulties and I had to go live via my phone. But I sorted it. So not in America, it isn't. So yeah, it's just my way of, you know, giving a little bit back to people that, you know, come in on a regular basis, come in when I'm every time I go live. You know, so it's just my way basically of giving back to people that have supported me and whom I support, you know what I mean? So So it's like now, like now when I go live, I don't actually shout them out during the live. I just put the links to the channels in the description, and if people do read the description, they can click on the links and it'll Thomas, Thomas, yours is one of the, if you look on the description, yours is one of the channels that I've put the link into. So he's decided to become an independent porn star. So yeah, it's just a small token and my way of showing appreciation for he practices showing his bum so Mrs. P can zoom in 100%. So yeah, it's just my way of giving back to people that have been there for me, that come in regularly, stay with me the whole live stream. It's just a small token of me giving back to them that support me and that I support. So yeah, same as Chris says. Yeah, not a lot of people read the description, but for them that do, the links to do I come in regularly? Well, yeah, I mean, you have done just lately. I mean, we didn't see you for a long while, and but you started coming in on a regular basis now, so it's you're going to be starting up a gaming channel. So yeah, it's just my well, same as I say, Thomas, it's just my way of giving back to people that come in on a regular basis. It's it's people that are here on a regular basis that that I know that that you've got me back, and and vice versa. You know what I mean? And it's just my way of, it's like a mini shout out sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, same as I say, I mean, it's same as you said. I have my reasons as well. It's called Chris. But yeah, I mean, it's same. It's same as everything else. Stuff happens, and I mean, like, same as I say, there's certain people on here. Two people in particular thought that they were, going to run me off YouTube and, put me through ringer a little bit. If you understand what I'm talking about, but I'm still here. I'm still going. And we were talking about earlier on, like it's mainly on me live streams. Before I've even started, I'm getting a thumbs down, and that's even before I've gone live. I wasn't going run you off it. I can run for one. So yeah, we don't know whether it's algorithm playing up on YouTube. But even before I even start, like last 3 or 4 live streams, before I've even started, I'm getting a thumbs down. But funny thing is, next day or day after that, all of a sudden it disappears. You know what I mean? But the thing is, Salty, I don't go looking for drama. But anybody that knows me, I don't do drama. I won't get involved in drama. You know what I mean? But there's certain people out there thrive on drama. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be a part of it. I bet it's Pixie. Yeah, and so I mean, I said at the beginning, it don't bother me either way, thumbs up, thumbs down, or you know, thumb sideways or up. You know what I mean? It don't bother me in the slightest. And you know what I always say, don't you? There's a dollar sign at the bottom of this chart, and that means I'm monetized. And funnily enough, you get paid more for thumbs down than you do thumbs up. So, you know, same as I say, either way, it don't bother me. And sort of when I had the technical difficulties on Wednesday, I sorted it out after the stream. And I said to Chris, I said, I'm just going to try it out. I'll go live for about 5 minutes. You know, and even that one, even before I even went, and like today's, I advertised the fact that I were going live, that one wasn't even advertised. It was just a spur of the moment thing. You know, just to make sure it were working all right. So, and I'd got a thumbs down before I even started that one, and it weren't even advertised. I just did it on a spur of the moment thing, just to test it out, and saying, well, look, I've got it sorted, blah blah blah, and I got a thumbs down, you know, and that were even before I'd gone live. So yeah, you know what I mean? So we assuming, I mean, me and Chris talked about it, we assuming it's something to do with the YouTube algorithm. You know what I mean? I don't know how it works. Do they put thumbs down just to make it look like, you know, you're unpopular, or, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works. But the minute you go live and you find out that you've already got a thumbs down, you know, there's sort of no explanation behind it. You know, and that's what we're saying. You know, same as I say, I'd sort of scheduled this live stream. But the one the other night, I just went live for 5 minutes. I didn't advertise the fact. I just went live. I didn't even go on YouTube. I just did it on StreamYard just to prove that I'd got it working all right, etc. And that had got a thumbs down even before I started that. So I don't know whether it's something to do with StreamYard, whether it's something to do with YouTube or what it is. I don't know. Yeah, well, this is it. You know what I mean? It's to me, Ian, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's irrelevant. You know what I mean? You know, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's irrelevant. I mean, and in that 5 minute, you know, Chris Schatz from across room. Oh, you've had a thumbs down on it already, and I just sat there and I went, "Does this face look bothered?" Because I can assure you, it don't. I couldn't give, you know. I couldn't give a rat's, you know, whatever. Whether it's thumbs up or thumbs down, I couldn't give a toss. You know what I mean? So, Ian says, is there a thumbs down now? I don't know, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, let me just have a look. If I look a bit distracted, I'm just going to check Ian. It's all right. I've got to open another window. So, but obviously, because I've got a couple of windows open, it's going a bit slow. Plus, this laptop's a bit crap. Oh dear. I'll tell you in a minute. I'll come back to you in a minute. I'm just checking. It's slower than dial-up, this is.
It's not 1,000 thumbnails on there.
No, I've deleted some of them.
Yeah, but you've added some since then.
I mean, I've deleted a load of like pictures and some. Oh yeah, I have. No, what? No. Let me have a look. That's other debt from other day. But even though I was sort of only live 5 minutes, I got a it's saying limited or no ads already. So right, I'll just sort that out. So I've asked for a review already. I don't know why. I don't know why you look at it. I don't normally know until I've shut it down. Well, this is it. Same as the safe salt, it don't bother me in the slightest. I couldn't give a monkey's.
It's 17, salty.
Yeah, it's Callum's 17th birthday today. We're on about having a big party for him next year. Thomas says stop running porn up so much.
After that, it just watches your channel for that, Thomas.
Is there a way to find out who? No, I don't think so.
No, it should be like Facebook, where you can see who's like you and who's dislike you.
It's a bit cold to be opening windows. Well, you see, I started hiding mine for a reason, Ian, and you know what that reason was. So that's why I started hiding mine. And it's like every live stream you do now, it automatically hides them, you see. So, you know.
I think what that laptop in. I've got me on for that.
So yeah, that's when I started hiding the thumbs up and thumbs down, and it now does it automatically. I mean, it don't bother me. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter, okay then, Thomas. Thank you for coming in.
Thomas.
So yeah, and ever since then, you know, it's like it does it automatic now. It's like in your settings and everything, so it does it automatic. You know, when you go live or anything. So yeah, I mean, I did that for a particular reason because somebody said to me, "Well, hide you know, thumbs up and thumbs down, and then whoever's, you know, will get peed off because you're not showing how many thumbs up or thumbs down you've got." So I've sort of just not bothered with it since. I would be banned if YouTube told me I caused murder in an empty house. but yeah, it's same as I say. And at the end of the day, I mean, this way, there's only me knows whether I've got a thumbs down or a thumbs up or whatever. Yeah, and the person that's left me a thumbs down. So, you know, it's and I always sit here and say, well, you know, it's the view. I'm getting paid extra money for the thumbs down because it's a fact. I've seen a video about it. You actually get paid more for thumbs down than you do thumbs up. So either way, you know, I couldn't give a rat's arse about it, basically. Oh, Ian's good to Google, see if we can find out.
Okay.
So But same as I says to Chris, I mean, it's irrelevant, you know. You know, you could have thousands of viewers. Yeah, you're bound to get a few dislikes because not everybody, you're not everybody's cup of tea. But the fact of the matter is, it don't make any difference to the views, to your sub count or anything. You know what I mean? It's but you see, the thing is, Salty, I've actually seen a video, and it's a drone channel that did this video, and he proved, and it's there in black and white, that YouTube actually pay you more for the dislikes than they do your likes. And he's got the proof. So, you know, to me, it's a win-win situation, same as I said. It's a win-win situation. If you're monetized, it don't matter whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I get paid either way. You know, that's how you've got to look at it. My Queen video had 13, 17 dislikes. How the hell can you? Well, you see, this is it. But it's, you know, how can I put it? I often sit here and say, you know, because the channel's doing well, because you're a channel that somebody likes or you liked, they can't stand the fact that you're liked. And at the end of the day, it just boils down to jealousy. You know what I mean? It just boils down to jealousy. You know, and I often say, I don't sit here and say, well, I'm this and I'm that and I'm other. You know what I mean? I'm just me being me. You know what I mean? I do baking vlogs. I do it because I love it. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm not under any illusion that I'm going to earn millions of pounds off YouTube or anything. I just do it because I enjoy it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm here because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing the baking vlogs. I like to share my recipes out with everybody. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's I'm gonna put the kettle on now. Need my cuppa. True story. Right, guys, opening up the lorry. Get the rabbit out. I'm off to bed with the wife. No, that we're Ian.
Oh.
Salty's going to put kettle on. Oh dear.
Switching kettle on, Ian switching rabbit on.
Oh dear. Right. See you later, Ian.
See you later.
Yeah. If you see Sophie walking about tomorrow like this, she's got the shakes. Yeah, I'd not be going on for much longer because it's 11:30. So yeah, and she's got two of her front teeth missing. So yeah, I'm gonna shut it down now because I've been going like 2.5 hours. So don't they have mobile vibrators now? I don't know. It's been that long since I bought one. So right, I'm gonna get off, guys. I'll don't forget to hit thumbs up for Mrs. P and share her stream. Every little inch helps. With a Tesco dildo. Right, thank you for everybody for coming in. Thank you for having a laugh with me, and I'll see you all on Monday. So bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.